Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Pulse TV Health Corner. I'm your host Kathleen. Na leo niko na Mr. Wamkoya hapa, nimemuita hapa. By the way, tuko Kakamega ndani. Nimemuita Mr. Wamkoya hapa akuje tupige story, atuambie ni nini inaendelea kwa topic yenye tuko nayo. So in today's discussion, we are going to talk about hii story yenye unapata mtu amebeba ball, then after some time haiko. Ni kitu yenye imekuwa kisumbua wanawake wengi sana. So leo nimemuita Mr. Wamkoya tupige hii story na tumanye our health. So Mr. Wamkoya, mambo?
Poa sana.
Uko aje?
Uko vizuri zaidi.
Okay. Now Mr. Wamkoya, in today's discussion it's quite sensitive kidogo because tumeona kesi mingi unapata mwanamke ama msichana amebeba mimba tu vizuri. And then all of a sudden unapata hiyo mimba haiko. So what could you comment about this?
Sasa kupoteza ball is into two. It can be a miscarriage or it can be an abortion. So ukipata mtu alikuwa na ball na alafu hana, is either abortion or a miscarriage.
So hapo unanichanganya kidogo. So mimi, like, how do we say like this is an abortion ama hii ni miscarriage? Because tuko na cases of young ladies wakikuwa na balls ikipotea, then unasikia kichichi mzima inasema huyu ameabort. Nona, we also have cases of even married women wanapepa mimba and then isinapotea, but still you hear those stories, is still ni miscarriage, still ni abortion. Like there's a lot of mixed discussion centering around those two concepts, all those two words. Can you help us like differentiate between the two?
Sasa mtu akipata ball, we expect them to deliver. So I want to explain three things. First of all, kuna kitu inaitwa stillbirth. Na stillbirth is when mwanamke amebeba ball and then before akishafika term atoke kama amekufa. But amefika term, amefika 9 months. Yeye akitoka tunasemanga ni stillbirth. And then on miscarriage and abortion, all of them is losing pregnancy before term, but with abortion mama anataka huyo mtoto atoke. With the miscarriage is not intentional. Sasa ukisikia miscarriage inamaanisha huyo mtoto ametoka bila mama kutaka, na ukisikia abortion mama ametaka huyo mtoto atoke. In short, abortion mama ameua. Miscarriage is like maybe it's just a medical condition yenye imefanya mtoto afe before term.
Okay, good. Wadau, mnasikia hii story. Kuna abortion na kuna miscarriage. In abortion, like literally the parent of the carrier of the pregnancy, that is the mother, ndiye anataka hiyo mimba itoke. But miscarriage has a different story that the mother didn't want hiyo mimba itoke. It is kind of accidental, inatoka tu yenyewe. So I'm not interested with the abortion because I'm so much interested with this story of miscarriages because ni kitu yenye inasumbua kina mama wengi sana, especially this generation of young girls kama sisi. You know, we want to find, unasikia mtu amepepa mimba, she had a miscarriage. You know, sometimes si moja, si mbili, si tatu. So it's a very sad state of affairs because it also comes with some emotional and psychological torture on those ones who have lost their babies. Na sie tulikuwa nataka mtoto afanye nini? Atoke. We all understand how women we can be attached to pregnancies and our babies. So Mr. Wamkoya, we have seen this rising trend of young mothers losing their pregnancies at a very young age, or like mimba hata inafika miezi 3, miezi 5 inatoka. So from your medical point of view, can you explain to us ni nini uko sisi vitu, and perhaps what can we do sisifanye nini sisi, like, to prevent or at least to reduce these cases, you know?
Okay. First of all, unaweza pata miscarriage by an underlying medical condition yenye inafanya mpaka the fetus itoke. But what I want to explain is there is some feedbacks in our body. We have positive and negative feedbacks in our body, which the body, for example, I will give you an example. For example, kama you are living in a desert, penye hakuna maji, and then your body always regulate in a manner that hutasweat sana. That's an example of a feedback in the body enye ina reduce maji kukua lost. Sasa pia during a miscarriage there can be such a factor where the body can sense that mtoto akigrow in your stomach ataleta problem. So the way the body will work through a positive or a negative feedback is to get rid of this baby, and that's what it can be a miscarriage. But again, generally, unajua with the trends today, I was doing some research and I found out that unajua young mothers or young ladies when wanaoleka sahi, they stay with their boyfriends or their husbands to be precise for some time. Maybe they're in school and they don't want to have babies, so what they do, they family plan. So unapata ameanza kutumia family planning, maybe anatumia coil, anatumia chadel, anatumia maybe drugs or injection, the depo. Asa nazoesha mwili yake kwamba the uterus cannot receive a baby, or there can't be, it cannot support full pregnancy, ama implantation cannot happen. Sasa unapata a young lady amezoesha uterus yake kwamba there cannot be implantation ama such things. Sasa by the time anakuja maybe after 5 years anataka kupata hiyo pregnancy, the uterus is used in a way that imekuwa used haiwezi sustain pregnancy ama kwezi kuwa na implantation. Sasa akikuja kupata hiyo pregnancy anashtua mwili, na sasa venye mwili na grow through those positive and negative feedbacks, unapata kwamba ina reject huyo mtoto, alafu kuna kuwa na miscarriage. So I can tell you, I think, and I've been doing some research about it, this trend ya watu kuchukua family planning for 5, 6, 10 years alafu ndo wanakuja ndo wanataka kupata ball could be a contributing factor.
Before tuendelee, Mr. Wamkoya, hold on that. Before tuendelee with even another cause, I find that one a very quite sensitive and quite puzzling cause, because you know, Mr. Wamkoya, a woman, today we have career women. It's not like during our mothers and our grandmothers time, where a woman kazi yake ilikuwa olewe, azae na story ishe. We have career women who actually want to do what? To scale their heights of career and so forth, to study, you know. And we also have this societal still victimization. Nikifika age fulani kama sina bwana, unapata like I'm given as a bad example in the society. We can't run away from that in our African society. And this is what is causing so many women. Unapata, yes, people have come together, but they are not giving children because of one way or another. Watu wanasema wacha tukae tumalize maybe masomo, because with even the economy, manze, wezi leta mtoto in this world when you wezi feed, unaget. So that's why we have all these family planning things, you know. People family plan because they know nikisa mtoto siwezi mtekea. And here you are telling us that sometimes this family planning inakosisi vitu zote. So me as a woman who wants to family plan or who is family planning and I want to get a child in the future, what message do you have for me?
So far, maybe just get it right. Sijasema kwamba it is wrong to get married and maybe delay kupata toto. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying, according to my research, that could be a reason. And sasa is upon you, is either uende kwa hiyo marriage na ufanye family planning zako and then be ready for these miscarriages. Unaona? Sasa is just an advice. But again, to be specific to your answer, to your question, it's true kwamba saa hii uwezi pata mtu ako 24 ako university na hajaoleka as a lady. With what you have said is true. Mimi naweza kuadvise hivi, you know what we are speaking about when we say family planning, na nimepeana example, those are what we call the biological ways of family planning. Sasa I can advise you and these other girls and gentlemen who are married and they are not ready to get children, please use the physical way of family planning. And to be precise, it's just use a condom. There's a female and a male condom. Kama bwana yako hataki kutumia condom, there's a female condom yenye unaweza jiwekea ka dem na bwana yako hawezi jua, and then it could be the best way to family plan. And by the time ukiwa ready ukipata mtoto, I think you'll have lower risks of losing the pregnancy.
Okay, bado tuko hapo Mr. Wamkoya. Tutaendelea tu na hii discussion. Haina nguli wadau, lazima tujue hizi vitu vizuri tu sana. Now, Mr. Wamkoya, umesema the biological methods of family planning are, you are not like the entirely contributors, but are among the contributors to the current miscarriages because of the hormonal imbalances and the making of the body feel like it is not ready to do this, and then all of a sudden you want it to do this. Now we have so many mothers who have been using this and they are doing quite well. So it doesn't mean that everybody who has been doing this automatically gets miscarriages. But we are telling us about family planning, the physical methods, and the only physical methods we have is a CD, and you've said that we have a female CD and a male CD. Now I'm here, and I'm like, the other day the government said, there was a research that there's a male family planning method yenye imekuja na wanaume walikuwa wamewaka sana. And if you ask so many ladies around Mr. Wamkoya, they will tell you that their husbands or their boyfriends are not ready at all cost even to use that CD. Wengine wanasema wamevalia alafu wanatoa. Nona, wengine wanakata. So you see, I don't think that this is it's just a woman thing. Yet wakati mwanamke ana miskali, unapata inakwanga nini ya mwanamke peke yake. Ni shida ya mwanamke peke yake. The society will say huyu mwanamke ana mimba zake zinatokanga, But when it comes to offering these solutions, unapata the men are not ready to come on board for these discussions. So what message do you have for your men counterparts now that you are a medic and you have men outside there? And I feel you also fall under this age category of the most affected population of young men and women having miscarriages. When I'm talking about young men and women having miscarriages, I meant to understand that when a woman is pregnant, and then everybody in that family is pregnant. That is even the husband. So what message do you have before we move to the next cause of calling miscarriages?
Yeah, our discussion today was more of a couple that is willing to do anything possible to make sure that there are no miscarriages.
Okay.
Yes. So if you are a couple who are ready to prevent miscarriages, and we are just saying that this family planning, the biological law of family planning, is a contributing factor. There are people who may be doing it and they don't have any problem with the miscarriages. That is another thing. But we are saying it's a major contributing factor. And for men, it is always good to support your women.
Okay.
Yes, and I always say that in the process of making a baby, women participate in the most sweet part, and then our ladies participate in the most difficult processes. And that's why I usually advise men, just support them. And for me, in my family, I think when it comes to issue of pregnancy and sexualities, I'll always give a priority to my wife to suggest anything that she wants as far as those issues are concerned. Maybe if it's family planning, she will tell me which one is the best for us, because I believe that they have a lot of problems in this whole process when you compare with us men. So men, please, my advice is, let us support our women throughout this journey.
Thank you so much, Mr. Wamkoya. Young men outside there, you have heard from Mr. Wamkoya, and it's a message to all men outside there that when it comes to issues of family planning, kindly let your women also have an opinion, and more importantly, choose physical family planning methods that are not likely to alter the biological or the physiology of your woman's body, such that when she miscarries, you start running to other women saying that who you has. I meant to understand every woman in this particular world has the ability to give birth to children, but small things happen within our biology that sometimes prevents us from doing that. So please, men, before you run away from your woman, or before you reach a point where your woman miscarries and you want to blame her, you leave her in the hands of your mother, your sisters, and the society to judge her. Can you stand with her right from the beginning as far as this family and sexuality is concerned? Now, Mr. Wamkoya, I want us to move to the next cause of miscarriages, because I'm also running out of time in terms of the show. So kindly, what is the next cause of miscarriages?
Another cause of miscarriage may be a medical factor or an underlying medical factor. For instance, there's some form of infections when you have, it will lead to a miscarriage. And there are some people who have got a soft cervix, so that whenever there is implantation, what happens is the uterus will assume as if this baby is at term, and then it will open the cervix, and then the contents will just come out. And it's a medical condition. If you have a soft cervix, it can easily empty the contents of the uterus, which is a miscarriage.
Okay, when you talk about that, a soft cervix, is it akin to the incompetent cervix?
Yes.
Okay, we also have medical causes, and one of it is an incompetent cervix. So if a woman has incompetent cervix, many times they don't know. You never know that you have an incompetent cervix until you have miscarried. And maybe your gyna, or a doctor has let you know that it came out because of an incompetent cervix. From there, that is the time that you can be able to treat it. But without that miscarriage, you can never know. So when a woman miscarries because of an incompetent cervix, don't blame this woman, because she never knew. She's never given birth. How do you want her to know that she has an incompetent cervix? It just has to happen for her to know. So you see, a lot of blame that we put on women who have miscarried, actually sometimes they don't have control over them. It just comes. So you also talked about diseases. Which kind of disease perhaps you can associate that when somebody has this, they can have a miscarriage?
It's just generally, if you have infections, bacterial infections, when they affect the uterus, it might lead to it developing some pathologies that they'll make it not able to sustain a pregnancy. It's just in general. Yeah, any form of infection, may it be viral, bacterial, it may just put the uterus in a manner that it cannot sustain pregnancy, and then you can have miscarriages, but it's usually very rare.
Wow, thank you so much, Mr. Wamkoya. But I also believe, Mr. Wamkoya, we have physical causes of miscarriages. I'm not from the medical field, but I believe we have physical causes of miscarriages. And I'm saying this because I have been in a situation whereby a woman had an accident and she lost her baby, or somebody is beaten by the husband, like you are pattered and you lose your baby. So you see, these are also other causes of miscarriages. But when these cases happen, especially where a husband has pattered a woman and she has lost the baby, they tend to keep it low. People don't want to be associated like it is the man who beat her and then she lost it, out of gender-based violence. So those can also be causes of miscarriages. And for me, I stand here today to let every woman outside there who has suffered a miscarriage that you are not the problem. You are great and you have a very, very bright future as a mother. Don't just give up on yourself. Always seek medical attention. The moment you realize, for example, you have an incompetent cervix, don't kill yourself. Don't blame yourself. Always seek for medical guidance. It is a very tough journey. It's a very long journey. But trust me, by the end of the day, the God in heaven will never forget you. And to those people who keep on talking bad about women who are losing babies, you can never understand the pain of something until it dawns on you. So kindly, when we see women who have had miscarriages, people struggling to get babies outside there, they become pregnant, they lose, they become pregnant, they lose. Please don't judge them, because we may be adding to their emotional and psychological stress, actually, which I believe can be also another reason somebody may not be able to conceive. Am I wrong?
It might be.
Yeah, so some of the pressure we put on women outside there, it can be one reason or another to their miscarriages, to their lack of conception, and so forth. Otherwise, there is a time for a miracle for everybody. You outside there also struggling to give birth to a child. You outside there also struggling with miscarriages. Remember, there is a somewhere miracle that God is going to do to you, just the way He did to Anna. Keep praying and keep strong. Otherwise, it is a bye from us. Next time we'll come with a very, very interesting topic. Thank you so much, Mr. Wamkoya, for coming on board.
Welcome.
Yeah, what message do you have for the young ladies and the women outside that were struggling before we close this off?
So long as you can conceive, it can reach term and you can have a baby.
Amen. So long as you can conceive, it can reach term and you will have your baby. Otherwise, buy from us and keep manyaling your health. Thank you.